And let's take a look at your Caribbean report for tonight.
Haiti's troubled authorities are due to announce the preliminary officials of last week's troubled presidential primary elections tonight. The vote, which is held amid scenes of confusion at some polling stations, has generated fraud charges and protests. Correspondents in Port-au-Prince say many Haitians are convinced that President René Préval is pulling strings to secure the election of the ruling party presidential candidate, Jude Celestine. One of the leading candidates, Michael Martel, also known as Sweet Mikey, has announced that he would recognize the results if they send him into a runoff would not recognize the results if they send him into a runoff with Mr. Celestine. The two are believed to be in a three-way fight with former First Lady Marlindi Menaka. And also officials in Haiti say more than 2,000 people are now known to have died in the cholera epidemic sweeping through the country. Around 90,000 people are reported to have contracted the waterborne disease. The United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon has warned that the number of infections and deaths could be twice as high due to the difficulty to reach some of the rural areas worst affected. And in Cuba, Raul Castro has prepared the way for the first major overhaul of his national Soviet-style economic model since 1960. The Cuban leader has announced that 500,000 unemployed state workers will lose their jobs, along with plans to allow the small businesses and self-employed to take up the slack. A special Communist Party Congress has been called for April of next year to ratify the changes. And finally, good news tonight. A United Nations report has listed the Caribbean among the regions where there has been a dramatic decline in rural poverty rates in the past decade. The report, released Monday by the UN's International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFDA, said that the Caribbean, along with South Asia, Latin America, and the Middle East and Northern Africa, were showing increased agricultural production and higher levels of private investment in the farming sector. It also credited greater productivity for farmers, higher global food prices, and improved access to market information. However, one of the agency's economists, Stephen Schaunerberger, said they need to be more focused on the needs of the small farming families in developing worlds because they are key to reducing poverty amid rising population levels. Mr. Schaunerberg said the food price spike in 2007 and 2008, which led to food riots in some parts of the developing world, including Haiti, may actually have helped farming.
And that's your Caribbean report for tonight. Kayak races are coming up next. Stay with us on your Sports 411. In your Sports 411 tonight, we have highlights of the Seventh-day Adventist School on St. Thomas and their kayak race. Let's take a look.
Here at one of the most beautiful beaches in the world, the 10 most beautiful, Magens Bay, a wonderful place. I've been many times covering many events, and one of them is a very particular event that I've covered down through the years, and that is the Pathfinders under Seventh-day Adventist Church. I got a chance to speak to pastors, some of the young people, watch some of the competition. It's between the various schools here.
This is our annual Pathfinder kayaking event. We have here on the island 6 Pathfinder kayaking teams. We wanted to get our young people into activities to let our community know that we believe in healthy living. And this is, I believe, approximately our 3rd or 4th year doing this. Prior to this time, we used to kayak between St. Thomas and St. John. But yes. But this time around, we decided we would do something here on Magens Bay.
In St. Thomas, at Magens Bay, for the Pathfinder Seventh-day Adventist, what do you call it, a yakathon or kayakathon? Kayakathon. Lee Carl from East Channel.